It's called John Barrowman because all the music is kind of is John Barrowman, really. The concept behind the album is the fact that obviously you're saying it's a little bit of a return to my roots, but it's also a great gift to buy for your mother. Let's be blunt. My mother loves to listen. One of the things that we gear my albums and my music by, if there's one or two songs on there that my mother can't drive while she's listening to, or she has to sit down and what we call in Scotland, have a wee greet, then we've got a good album. And there's about 4 tracks on this one where my mother has to stop because she's crying when she listens to them. So I think I've got a great album. When I Get My Name in Lights, if I were a little boy and that was the song, if someone said, what do you want it, sing us a song that tells us what you want to do in your life, that song would be it. I'll dance and I'll sing, I'll do anything just to get my name in lights. That's the key line from that song for me. And it's absolutely a brilliant song. And maybe one day, who knows, I might get to play the role of Peter Allen in The Boy from Oz. Okay. I chose One Night Only from Dreamgirls because when I was about 17 years old, my mom took me to a production of Dreamgirls. And I sat and watched it, and it was at a turning point in my life where I was deciding what I wanted to really do. I was still a bit afraid of saying I wanted to be in the business, right? In the entertainment business. And when I saw that show, in the interval, my mom looked at me. She obviously saw the look in my face, and she said, this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. And this is the great thing about moms. Because she said that, I felt as if I was able to be honest and go, yep, this is exactly what I want to do. And that's a mother's intuition, you know, because I obviously had been nervous about saying what I really wanted to do because you're always afraid of rejection, right? But my mother said, this is exactly what you want to do, isn't it? And I went, yep, and she's right, fine. Then that's good that we know. And they were behind me, my mom and dad, ever since. Copacabana, space in my heart for Barry Manilow, absolutely yes. As do millions of women around the country and millions of men in the country. Barry, I've had the privilege of singing with in Hyde Park. I've met him on numerous occasions. For some reason, he thinks I'm a good singer. He likes what I do, which I think is really kind of cool because Barry Manilow is like telling you that you're good at what you do, which is great. I think the thing about Barry Barry's music, I've done 2 songs on my last 2 albums that are Barry Manilow songs. And one of them, thanks to Chris Moyles and Radio 1 and BBC Radio 2, and they send it into the charts. And I couldn't believe it. All of a sudden I get a phone call saying, John, we need to interview you for the Sunday night chart show to find out where your standing is with I Made It Through the Rain. Could not believe it. So Barry, because of that, I was asked to sing with Barry, and I said to him, you know, Barry, I really want to put another song on, and I love Copacabana because it's got a story from the beginning to the end, and who wouldn't want to listen or sing a song about a showgirl whose name was Lola with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress way down to there? She would merengue and do the cha. Come on, the lyrics are brilliant and the song is brilliant. So that's one of my favorite songs. Mac and Mabel, I Won't Send Roses. This is a song that I get, it's the most requested song I get asked to sing from letters and on my concert tour. It's also a song that my partner Scott says describes me to an absolute T. And probably without going into too much detail and elaborating on that, you listen to the words and you'll get it. You know that there's a love there, and I love him dearly, but he always says I'm not romantic. And that's basically what that song says. Again, I've done it in my concert tour last year. I just really wanted to record it. And Jerry Herman, who I've known for many years, who's one of the best composers, Mac and Mabel, Hello Dolly, La Cage aux Folles. I really wanted to do another Jerry Herman song on this album because I think he's one of the best composers around. Okay. Memory is a choice for me because first spectacle musical I ever saw, Cats. sat there going, wow, this is incredible. It's a bunch of cats running around, dancing on stage. But there was that song, Memory, which was sung at the time when I saw it by Betty Buckley. Then later on, I had the privilege of working with Betty Buckley. Also, it was the biggest, one of the biggest hits in musicals over here, Cats. The song was sung by the Grande Dame of Musical Theatre here, Elaine Page. Both ladies I've worked with and did Sunset Boulevard with, and worked with Elaine on in Anything Goes. Elaine gave me my big break. So you might say that my rendition of Memory is kind of a little homage to them, but also it's a homage to my Celtic background, because, which again relates to my mom and my dad. We've put a kind of Celtic feel to the song with a drone sound underneath it, and when you listen to it at first, you're not really going to recognize it. The Kid Inside is another song which actually I heard on a Barry Manilow album called Barry Manilow, I think it was his Broadway album. Mm-hmm. And the reason I love that song is when I sing it, this is a man, right? But in here, there's a kid. And I'm a firm believer that no matter how old you get, you should also find that kid that's inside you and let them, he or she come out and be part of your life. Because the moment you stop thinking like a child, in certain aspects, is the moment you get really old and grumpy. And that song, Kid Inside, actually when I sing it, reminds me of my high school days. And sometimes, people might, well, my partner Scott would agree with me, so would my mom and dad. I still think I'm in high school. I feel like I'm in high school. I feel like I'm still, 18, 19 years old, 20 years old, or, whatever, but I'm actually not. We all know I'm not. What are you doing? Good. Is this kiss time? Is this kiss time? Sit nice.